So I was recently sharing about meditation and why, not just why it's important. I think I'll share again later about why it's so important. I'll come back to that. But I was sharing about meditation and a connection I was making. It was around the wisdom of nature and the connection between the two, meditation and also nature. Nature has a way of kind of being its own meditation in a sense, and sometimes just by being in nature helps us to drop into a more meditative state anyway. And that's actually also been, there's a reason for that. A lot, there's something called negative ions that come from, that are produced by trees and by the ocean, which help bring your brain into alpha state, which is a much more calm, relaxed, focused brain state. So I love that. I love the way that nature just naturally can do that to our brains. It's really cool. I'm sure those of you who enjoy being in nature have experienced that, like, oh, I just feel automatically more calm and relaxed, or automatically more in tune, or whatever. And that's because there's negative ions coming that actually help our brains to get into that alpha brain state. I can get into other brain states in nature too, which I can talk about later, about what different brain states are: gamma, delta, alpha, beta, all these different brain states that actually tune in with different ways of being. Anyway, so in lots of cultures, they revere nature and its wisdom, and this has gone on for probably all of time. Not probably, it has. Indigenous cultures and Buddhists and Taoists and all, they always weave in nature, and that's such a vital life force for so many cultures. And it's not just calming for the mind, but also on the body, and then of course reducing stress. And then there's ways that even studies have shown that spending time in nature can improve cognitive function and your attention and memory. And that's related to what I was just talking about. And then also adapting to, I think it helps us learn how to adapt to changing circumstances in our lives and finding balance. There's a lot of ways in which in nature we witness the cycles of birth and growth and decay and regeneration that occur in nature, and remind us about that's part of our life cycles in terms of death and rebirth, and the inevitability of embracing change. So being in nature can bring forth all of those different things. And it's clear that most people need a dose of nature. And if you're not getting that, even sitting around plants can do that. If you can't get to a park or a beach, having plants in your home, or sometimes for some people, even listening to the sounds of ocean waves on an audio recording can help bring them into that altered brain state too.